Hi, it's Gail Knott with Not Limited Social Media, and I want to show you this great article I found on the HubSpot blog. One of the things I love about social media is the challenge of writing posts that will actually get clicks. And that's one of my goals in doing social media is to drive traffic back to the client's website. So I love this article that they wrote on the psychology behind, in this particular case, Twitter engagement, but it can apply to any social media post. Um, so let's go over the four principles and what I did with them. So the first one was cognitive dissonance. And how I saw that is you're basically challenging assumptions. So you're challenging what your prospects are thinking of themselves. So here's the article that I've decided to play with and create different social media headlines for. So Brendan is actually a client of a client, and I'm going to feature his blog post on my client's social media. So the gist of his article is that people tend to network, yet they're still missing these three Ds to get more referrals. So challenging the assumption would be the clients or the prospects think that they're already great at referrals, but they're not doing this. So I wrote these headlines. Let me show you again. His blog title is the three Ds to drive referrals. So the social media post could be the three Ds you might be ignoring that could drive more referrals. Do you have consistency and quality in the three Ds you need to drive referrals? So again, it's about challenging assumptions. They think that they're great networkers, that they're great at referrals, but what are they ignoring? What are they not consistent or have quality in? And so that gets them to click on the link. The second idea here is the self-perception theory. And how I interpreted that is that you're appealing to the ego. So instead of challenging the assumptions, you're just going to assume that they are wonderful and great at whatever it is that you do. And you're appealing to that ego, so they read this headline and they say, yes, I'm that, and so they'll click on this. So their example was storytelling will be the most important job skill, and they're appealing to the idea that their clients think that they're always up to date. So by reading this, they will be up to date. So in my case, I'm appealing to their ego that they think they're great networkers. So my headline is the three Ds great networkers excel at to drive referrals. The third idea is extrinsic motivation. So that's basically benefits. What do they get? And that's probably the types of posts I naturally write is just focus on the benefits. So this one was a lot easier for me than the other ones. But so this one says, this one was very simple for me to write, drive more referrals with the three Ds. Theirs was, if you're here on Twitter, you may be interested in how to write a tweet, try these formulas. So immediately you're just getting to the benefit. And what's great about all of these headlines is you could see how even on Twitter, you see it on Facebook, you're probably used to that, but even on Twitter now, you can see the headline of the tweet. Of the article that you're tweeting, so you in a sense you get a headline and a tagline. So think of these posts as your tagline, and then you get the added benefit of the headline in blog posts. Lastly is what they call norming. And what I didn't like about this one were they were suggesting using words should and ought to, and I'm really against using the word should in my own life. I don't want to should all over myself. I think that's a guilt tactic, and I don't like that type of marketing. So I've changed it to need. The three Ds you need to drive, you need to have. Let me rewrite this. You need to have to drive referrals. So if should and ought um, are okay with you, you feel great about that, then definitely use it because it does work. If you don't want to use the word should, use the word need. The three D's you need to have to drive referrals. Um, One other thing that I want to point out that's missing from this article is I want you to notice that we're creating curiosity driven social media posts, and they can be cute, they can be fun, and we are driving that curiosity to want them to get them to click. The blog titles are matter of fact. So here's where I think some social media marketers make a mistake on is they get really cute with their blog titles. Um, and you don't want to do that. Go for even boring blog titles are fine. Just tell them what people need to get. Oh, this one actually, well, that one is a little, that one's a fun title. The 30 Terrible Pieces of Social Media um, Advice You Should Ignore. That one's a little fun, but it doesn't have to be. It could be basic. It could be, here are how to write a tweet, 8 formulas to get you started. So that's very basic. This one doesn't show you the blog title, so we won't be able, neither this one. But just something, there's a bonus tip there. Write the matter of fact, even boring blog title, and then get fun and creative with your social media posts. And then you get the benefit of two different strategies in marketing and social media is you get the fun, interesting title to appeal to people's psychology, particularly your prospects or your ideal clients, psychology and motivation. And then with the matter of fact blog post, you're benefiting from SEO because you'll, especially if you put in some keywords that people are searching for. Remember, people aren't searching for cute, fun titles, they are searching for answers to their questions. So that's a little bonus tip, and I hope you enjoy this video. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'd love to hear any other ideas you'd like to share on when you're writing social media posts, what aspects of psychology are you using?